the new one. I land the double precipice blades though, so it just clears the field. +1, there's nothing that lives at +1. What is up, everybody? Back with some more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Regulation G VGC. Umbreon's a really cool mon that actually is seeing some play in the restricted format with the single restricteds. Currently, it's mainly as it's a really good check to stuff like Calyrex, and it also pairs really well with some stuff with a really good support move pool, being that it gets Yawn, Moonlight, Snarl, and Foul Play, which is really good in the restricted format. Being able to shut down stuff with stat drops like special attack drops off the Snarl, and being able to do a bunch of damage with Foul Play with everybody's high attack stats. Mainly stuff for like Calyrex and a few of the other more common restricteds currently that are being played. So, and then having Yawn's also really good, forcing switches and that type of thing. So it's actually a team around Umbreon. It has a few other really cool things on it. It's another team by Zolring. We actually featured a few of their teams on the channel recently. I think they also have their own channel if you guys want to go check them out. I think it's the same IGN as their name, or like the same name as their IGN. So if you guys want to go check their channel out, feel free to. They upload a bunch of stuff over there. I'll have a rental for this team. Rental's up in the corner. Paste for this team. I meant down below for this team if you guys want to use this team. Going to kind of quickly go through this team. They're going to hop onto the ladder. Some really cool stuff on here, mainly the Umbreon. I've been looking for a decent team with Umbreon. There's a few teams I've seen with it, but the teams overall, it seemed like the Umbreon was just kind of slapped onto the team, just mainly because, and I didn't know that the teams were really the greatest, probably one of the better, more unique ones I've found. So I've been trying to find like more of the unique teams for you guys. Seems to be what you like to see. So got the Umbreon with the safety goggles, Foul Play, Snarl, Yawn, Moonlight. Moonlight in the sun actually gets more health back with the sun, so you recover more health with Moonlight. It's because it's weather-based healing, so that's kind of cool. Got the Terra Poison there, just to dodge the Fairy-type moves, more defensive Terra. Got Moltres with Citrus Berries. Overall, really more of like a supportive Moltres. You got the Weather Ball there for the sun. Does some really solid damage. Will-O-Wisp to shut down some physical attackers. And then you actually have Safeguard. I'm not sure 100% what Safeguard it's for, but I'm pretty sure what Safeguard does is make it so you can't be statused. So that could be kind of good clutch in some certain situations. Mainly if you're going against probably like a Moongus or like some Spore users or whatever. Or if you can like predict a Will-O-Wisp, if that's going to be one your way. You can throw up a Safeguard and kind of block it. Assuming that's what it's for. Got the Groudon on this team, which is restricted for this team. You got the Clear Ammo. It's pretty much a really like standard set with SD, double stab. Kind of just a really standard Groudon set. Not going to talk about it very much. Covert Cloak, Screamtail, in the sun you get probably a speed boost, I'm assuming, with this one. Terra Grass, there's mainly more defensive Terra to dodge Spore and a few other things. Encore, Howl alongside the Groudon could be really good, same with the Iron Hands. And they got the Disable Encore combo, which is pretty good, and then just attacking moving. It does some chip damage. Not going to be hitting very hard, because Screamtail's offensive stats are pretty bad, but it's just kind of there for chip damage. Got the Whimsicott on this team. Mainly to get a more of a manual Sunny Day user. You also have the Tailwind able to boost your team, give you some more speed, and that type of thing. That's kind of what it's really for, with the Sash. And then the AV Iron Hands could be pretty good here. So it's more of a really standard set, Fake Out, and then 3 attacks on most AV sets. So pretty solid team. Interested to see how this team does. Let's hop into the games. Alright, we're here with the game. My opponent only has 5 Mons, so I can actually prep better for them because I don't have to worry about a 6th Mon possibly being brought. So they're going to bring 4 out of the 5 of these. I'm assuming they bring Miraidon 100% here. So my opponent has Miraidon, Clauncher, really weird. Or I think that's Clawitzer actually. Clauncher's the pre-evo. I haven't seen it forever, you guys gotta bear with me. Iron, Moth, Metagross, and Golurk. So I think I actually have a really good matchup in this opposing team, just mainly because Groudon's one of the best checks to Miraidon, because you can't really do much to the Groudon, because its main moves are just electric type, and you resist that fully with immunity. So I bring Groudon here, looks really good. I think I also bring the Screamtail. Umbreon looks really good into his team, just mainly for the Golurk and for the Metagross. What else do I want to bring here? I don't know if I really even need Tailwind. His team's pretty slow. I think I'm kind of better off just bringing the Moltres here if I'm being real. I think the Moltres is pretty good. I think that's what I bring. I guess Iron Hands wouldn't have been too bad either. Maybe I could have brought that. Mainly for Iron Moth. That would have been a great check for that. He's running he's running some heat. He has some stuff on his team I haven't seen in forever, like Golurk and a few other things, so. Groudon, Metagross, okay. It's actually a really good lead for me. Incredibly good lead for me right here. Like, I just Precipice Blades. Like, if he doesn't go Defensive Terra, something dies on this first turn. Like, I don't know what he has to, like, one-shot the Groudon, unless he has, like, Draco Meteor, but I think he has to be, like, Specs to one-shot me. Because Groudon's really bulky, so. I think that's what I do here. I just Precipice Blades. I Precipice Blades, and I just go Howl on this first turn. I don't know what else he really does. I think Screamtail is another really cool mon. Like, I really like Screamtail as, like, one of the Paradox mons. It's just, it's kind of really situational because you can only really use it on Sun. There's just so many other better Sun mons. He has Dragon Breath. He gets the Para. Wow. I've never seen Dragon Breath on him, on Rhydon. That's a new one. I land the double Precipice Blades, though, so it just clears the field. +1, there's nothing that lives it at +1. I don't know, he comes down to whatever his last two mons are. Either he has Clawitzer, Golurk, or Iron Moth. I don't know, I'm assuming he probably has Iron Moth, because that's pretty good into my team. Last one I don't really care about, though. We're off the Golurk, that's surprising. I think out of all three of them, the Golurk's probably the worst versus me. No Clawitzer. I mean, I guess that makes sense because I have the Sun up, so I guess you can't really do much in Sun anyways. So, I just go for Precipice Blades here. Like, I think I just Howl again. I think that's what I do here. I think my opponent just drops. Like, if I can land both double Precipice Blades on 2 turns, like, I can just win this game in 2 turns here and just end the match. I have to get really good accuracy here, though. Lunge. It does nothing. And I have the Covert Cloak too, so or the Clear Amulet, so he doesn't lower my stats. If he never went with Shadow Force or whatever, I would have actually just won the game there, probably. I don't think the Golurk lives a +2 Precipice Blades. So it kind of sucks. I just Precipice Blade here again. I could actually switch out here too. I think I'm actually going to switch into the Umbreon here on this turn. There we go, not bad. Get some really good Precipice Blades luck. But I'm sure when I'm going to really need it to land in some of these other matches, it's always going to miss. Groudon's great if you can land Precipice Blades. That's the one thing that's really holding it back. It's because you always miss when you need the crucial damage or like you're about to get a kill. And the main problem with Groudon, it's a little bit too inconsistent, at least like move accuracy wise. Not bad though, really solid game. Huge dub. Umbreon hitting the field just to absorb some damage, but still hit the field. Top into another match. Alright, we're in another game. My opponent's running a Regulation F team. He actually has Ogerpon, Fluttermane, Garchomp, Urshifu, Incineroar, and Skeledirge. So this is another game where Groudon just looks so good here. Groudon looks incredibly good. I think I'm Terra Fire on this. Yeah, I'm Terra Fire, so I think Groudon lead here is 100% what I need to bring. I don't know if I really want Tailwind here, though. I think Tailwind looks pretty good. Just mainly so I'm able to outspeed stuff like Garchomp and mainly the Fluttermane. I think I'm actually going to bring Whimsicott lead here. What else do I want to bring? Iron Hands doesn't look too bad here either. I think Iron Hands is a solid bring. What else do I want to bring here? I don't know, it's kind of a toss-up whatever they want to bring here, because I think he might bring Urshifu, and like, the Umbreon, it's decent into some stuff on his team, but the other stuff, it's not really the greatest. I'm going to try to bring the Umbreon, though. It's good into a few things on his team, because it can foul play and snarl stuff down. But like there's some stuff that can kind of just overwhelm it with damage, so I gotta be really careful here. Ogerpon, Garchomp, okay. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with Ogerpon, Garchomp. I'm just forced to go Terra on this first turn though, so if he goes for a ground type move into the Groudon on this first turn, I'm gonna be really mad. I could actually just protect here too. Protect wouldn't be too bad on this first turn. I'm gonna go Terra though. I think I'm gonna go Terra here. I'm just gonna go for Precipice Blade. Just Tailwind here. Follow me, that's great. So that Ogerpon doesn't even attack me, that's good. It just comes down to what the Garchomp does here, because if he goes for like a ground type move on the Groudon, I'm gonna be really pissed. Of course I dodge. He gets the double. What did I say? What did I say when he changes my weather? He's Rain Dance Garchomp. What a play. What did I say earlier too? Like when the Precipice Blades, when I really need the damage, that's when it's gonna all miss. Like this last game where I could have missed a few Precipice Blades and still won. That's when they all landed, all of them in a row, like every single turn. It's crazy. I'm just gonna go for it again. Just go for Precipice Blades again. I'll change the weather back. I want my sun up. You're not getting rid of my sun. Draw Garchomp. What are you going into Urshifu? Okay. I mean, the rain's still gonna be here now. Or like the sun's gonna be up to stay now, so you're like, I don't think you have anything to change it anymore. I don't think I've seen Rain Dance Garchomp. That's another new one. I didn't even know Garchomp got Rain Dance until today. Finally landed. Does about half. I'm actually gonna go for Heat Crash here. It's in the sun, so I should be able to at least take some Surging Strikes. So I think I'm just going to Moon Blast here. From this range, if he doesn't protect, I should be able to take him out. If he doesn't go Terra Water, that is. No, Terra Water, I don't know if a Moon Blast from this range gets the KO, though. Not if he goes for Follow Me either, but whatever. I mean, that guarantees the KO on the Ogerpon there, so I don't really care. I think in the sun I can take Surging Strikes as long as he's not like Choice Banded. We're gonna find out right now though. Because his damage is reduced. But I should be able to take 3 at 3 though. I can eat 3. It's gonna be really close if like an Aqua Jet actually takes me out from this range. It might actually be like down to like a roll. So if he's Life Orb, so Life Orb Aqua Jet still might have a chance to get rid of me on this next turn. So I'm just gonna Precipice Blades here. I still have Tailwind up, I think. I have Tailwind up. I have one more turn of Tailwind here, so he could protect and try to stall the Tailwind out. That's a play he can make here too, but I'm just gonna Moon Blast the Garchomp. He does have Aqua Jet. Let's see if this kills. It doesn't. He gets a low roll. That's crazy. I said that too. I was like, well, man, if he has Aqua Jet, he can maybe get the kill here. He actually does. Of course I miss. Of course I miss on the Garchomp. It's always when you're about to get the KO, that's when Precipice Blades misses. So it's the one thing that's holding Garchomp back from being like one of the best restrictors in the format. It really is. He rage quits! He rage quits! Oh my gosh. Oh, he's like, oh yeah, the Urshifu goes down now, but I get my rain up, but there's no way I win the game. He's like, oh yeah, I think I just lose now. Oh, it's just rage quit. Oh, I can't deal with this. Goodbye. Closes the game. I'll see you guys in another match. I'm not gonna waste any more of your guys' time. Alright, we're here with another game. My opponent's running another Groudon team, so we're going into the mirror. That's going to be kind of cool. We run the Dragonite, Chien-Pao, Rillaboom, Incineroar, Groudon, and Whimsicott. So kind of the same team as me, but a few different things. Be kind of a tough game. It's gonna be kind of a tough game. It just comes down to what I really bring here. If I bring the wrong stuff, I think this is one of the matches like I kind of instantly lose. I have to bring everything really correct here. I don't know. I mean, the Umbreon looks really good here. I'll bring Umbreon. I think I'll bring Umbreon, Groudon lead here. Looks pretty good. Actually, Screamtail. I think I'll bring Screamtail here. Screamtail, Groudon lead. I'll bring the Umbreon in the back. I think bring Iron Hands. Looks pretty good here. It's going to come down to what he really brings. I think it's going to be one of those type of games. Whoever brings the correct stuff kind of wins. With this. I have a little bit better of a matchup here because like his Rillaboom is weak to fire type moves. So if I really want, I can just kind of target down the Rillaboom, but apart from that, I don't know if it really matters that much here. I can also Encore him into Fake Out if I really want to, so I'm not even going to bother going after the Rillaboom here. I'm actually going to go for Howl on this turn and just go for Precipice Blades turn 1. If he wants to fake me out, that's fine. I don't care. Like, now I just lock him into Fake Out, so I don't really give a shit. If he sets up Sword Stance on me, oh, he does! He does set up Sword Stance. Okay, well, I'm gonna lock you into that, actually. I'm gonna lock you into Sword Stance. I'll just one-shot the Rillaboom and I'll lock you into Sword Stance, then. I'll do that here, and then I'm actually gonna go Terra Fire here, and I'm actually gonna one-shot the Rillaboom at +1. Unless he switches into Incineroar, but like I'm Clear Amulet, so you're still gonna be taking a bunch of damage. It's kind of ballsy going for Terra Fire in like a Groudon's face, but like as long as I can just lock him into with an Encore, I'm not really too worried about it. Protects. Well, I can lock him into Protect too, that's fine. Grassy Glide, there you go, that's why I went Terra. This thing's gone. I'm still gonna Encore him in on this next turn, even if he switches out. It's fine. Like, if he switches to, I just can get some free damage on whatever comes in. Bye, get out of here. That's a +1 Heat Crash in the sun. Terra boosted, get out. That's why I wanted to go Terra Fire there too. I thought he'd maybe go for like Grassy Glide to get some solid damage on me. Wimmy Wave. Okay. Actually here, if he actually goes for Encore and he locks me into Encore with Encore, that could be kind of funny. But I'm just going to Encore the Groudon here. I don't really care. And then I'm just going to go for Precipice Blades. Taunt. Uh-oh. That's a problem. He actually outspeeds me, that's surprising. And he just one-shots me. Well, this is bad now. I think I actually just lose. I think I actually just lose now because of this. I think I just lose now, because I don't know how I can come back from this. I guess if I go into Umbreon, I can somehow put him to sleep. Because he's at +2, and he also probably has Tailwind, so I don't know how the fuck I'm going to be able to do this. I'll go for Play Rough. I'll go for Play Rough, and then I'm going to try to go for Foul Play. I don't think I actually even live here, though. I miss the Play Rough. I think I just lose. I think I just lose. That does over half to me. Why does that do so much damage? Yeah, I think I just lose. Wow. Why is there no music either? Where's the music at? I don't know, I had it select for random, but there's no music in the background for whatever reason, so that's really weird. Usually if random doesn't include, like, just no music, it just includes, like, a random one, so that's kind of weird. I think I just lose here. Like, I don't know how there's any way I win. Like, I'm locked in, like, I even missed my damage on the Whimsicott, so I'm assuming he's probably Focus Sash Whimsicott. So, like, he still has his Sash even for an extra turn, so, like, there's no way I win. I think I just surrender here. There's no way I win this. You gotta love getting fucked. You gotta love getting fucked over by just random shit. He happened to have Taunt Whimsicott, and that legit fucked me over and made me instantly lose the entire fucking match. Gosh, does that suck. Don't know about that. And I guess you could argue too if I shouldn't have went for like Terra on the Groudon, but like he was also at +2 and he got really greedy and it ended up paying off for him. Usually if you set up Swords Dance on turn 1, you just get fucked, but I guess my opponent can get that lucky because he just happens to have the exact right thing to shut down the what was it, the Screamtail with a taunt, like on the specific turn I need to lock him into something like Protector or Swords Dance or whatever he was going for. That play right there legit won the entire game. If he did not have Taunt on the Whimsicott, I think he would just got fucked. That's real sad. Gotta love losing just because one fucking move. I hate that shit. I'll see you guys in one final match. Alright, we're going against another Groudon team. This one's more of like a Trick Room or like fast mode Groudon team, so it's gonna be another one I have kind of a bad matchup into. He has the Torkoal, Hisuian, Lilligant, Walking Wake, which is actually really good into this team. Walking Wake destroys my team. Indeedee, Ursaluna, Blood Moon, and Groudon, so... What do I have on this Whimsicott? What do I have on this? I don't have Taunt, so... I guess technically I can go for Tailwind if I really want to here. I don't have Wide Guard either. Wide Guard for Torkoal would be really good here, but I don't have that on this team. I think I should bring the Moltres. The Moltres actually looks pretty good here. I'll bring the Moltres just mainly for I can burn the Lilligant and stuff. Like I have Weather Ball, which ain't too bad. And I don't know if I want to bring Whimsicott here. I think I'll bring Groudon. I'll bring the Iron Hands in the back. And then I'm going to bring the Umbreon. I think that's my play here. It's going to be another one of those games where it kind of just depends what he really brings. Because, like, if he has one thing that I just don't have stuff for, like, the team doesn't have Wide Guard either. So, my opponent's kind of able to take advantage of Wide Guard. Plus, Walking Wake's just really good into this team. Unless I like Terra, but I don't know if I really want to waste a Terra on something. He just leads Walking Wake. He knows how good it is into me. He's like, oh yeah, Walking Wake destroys this guy. I mean, I guess I can switch the Groudon out here into the Umbreon. Wouldn't be too bad. But like at the same time, like I think the Moltres still drops to Hydro Steam, so it just comes down to what he really goes for here. The Safeguard is the status, so I don't know if that really does anything here. I'll Weather Ball. I'll think I Weather Ball here. I think what he really does, he just goes after the Groudon on first turn here. I wish I would have went with Iron Hands. Iron Hands would have been a lot better of a lead here. I'll go into Umbreon. I'm assuming I probably get 2-hit KO'd by this thing though. Especially if he's like Life Orb or depending what he really is. Goes after the Moltres, so I could have stayed in and I could have got some insane damage on him. If I would have landed both Precipice Blades, that is. I mean, I'll go into Iron Hands now, but I think especially if he has Helping Hand boost, I think I might just end up getting swept by a Walking Wake, or like It's going to be the point where if I do get rid of the Walking Wake, like I think his own Groudon and whatever else he has can kind of clean up the game. If I can even get past it that far, and I can't go for Fake Out because of the terrain. I mean, I'll Drain Punch here. I'll Drain Punch and then I'm a Snarl. I think that's my play here. Oh, that is AV. That is AV and it does over half. That's crazy. Was he Covert Cloak? Because he didn't get his stats lowered. Was the Walking Wake Covert Cloak? I have to check real quick. And it doesn't say. I think the Walking Wake is Covert Cloak, y'all. Wow, that's crazy. Covert Cloak, Walking Wake. Well, now I'm gonna go for you. I guess I'm forced to Snarl though until he's dead. Otherwise, I can't put anything to sleep. So I'm just gonna Snarl again until Indeedee's gone. I want to put the Walking Wake to sleep with Yawn, but I can't because he keeps going for Follow Me. He's doing so much damage too. I've never seen Covert Cloak, Walking Wake. That's a new one. I guess it makes sense though. You can't get your speed lowered by Icy Wind, and like Snarl doesn't do shit to you. So this is another thing where like I just get really unlucky because that's actually really good into this team. My main way to deal with Walking Wake is snarling it down to just dealing with it that way. And I can't do that because he has fucking Covert Cloak. So it's really bad luck on my part again. I'm going to Drain Punch here just to try to get some health back. And I'm going to try to go for Yawn on the Walking Wake if I don't get put to sleep on this turn. Poison Jab, okay. Gets the poison too. He does not want this. He has something against this Iron Hands that he does not want it around. What is your problem with the Iron Hands, bro? I have plays I can do here. Like I can either double protect, predict him to stay in, and actually just go to sleep, or predict him to switch out and just attack on this turn. I think he just switches out here. I think it doesn't pay for him to even stay in. He probably has his own Groudon in the back, so he's able to kind of freely switch out anyways. So I think what I do here is I think he's going to start going for Sleep Powder on his stuff too. Do we even go for Terrifier here? I don't know if even pays going for Terrifier at all in this right now. I think I just better off waiting, not even going for a Terra here. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go for Heat Crash. I'm gonna go for Heat Crash here, and then I'm gonna Snarl. Solar Blade. I wish I would have just double protected. I thought I was gonna switch. I'm dead. Wow, that does so much. I'm dead. There's no way I win now. There's no way I win. This team is really weak to Walking Wake. There was a testing game too that I just got absolutely just fucking bent over and fucked up ass by a fucking it was a Choice Specs Walking Wake in the sun alongside Groudon, and I just got fucking bent over and shit on by that. This team is really, really weak to Walking Wake. That's one of my main gripes with this team so far. That is the second match in a row that I just got absolutely fucked by Walking Wake. Like, I don't know what else you'd really do with this team. Like, I know there's a few Terras. I think the Moltres is Terra Grass. I'm not sure, though. Forgot to check. But, like, I guess Terra-wise, I can go defensive Terra. But, like, with how much damage you, like you can just... I can go Terra Grass, but, like, on the following turn, he just goes for Flamethrower in the sun. It's like, the Terras don't really do that much anyways. Especially if you're getting 2-hit KO'd by everything on the next turn anyways, so... I don't know. This team's really, really weak to Walking Wake, so if you guys do use this team, keep that in mind. If you go against Walking Wake and like any Sun team, or like happen to go against on a mirror of like another Groudon team, you're gonna be in for a really tough time. I don't know how I win here. I don't know how I win this. Unless I just put the Lilligant to sleep, I guess, too. Now he's gonna go into Groudon. Okay, he has sleep powder, but I have safety goggles. That's good. That's perfect. I don't know how much damage I'm going to be taking from a Groudon here, though. I just have to try to keep putting everything on his team to sleep. That's my only way to win the game. It's doable, but like I need crazy luck to try to still win. There's a small like 5% chance I can still maybe win. And he's going to Walking Wake again. Okay, whatever. Terra Fire, probably. If he Swords Dances in my face, too, like, I can kind of go feel like a Terra Steel. That's interesting. Heavy Slam. How much is that gonna do? It's a solid amount of damage, actually. On this next turn, what I do here is I just Foul Play, I think. I could go for Moonlight and try to wait till he stays asleep, but like I'm risking the Walking Wake to wake up. I just really want damage on stuff here. Actually, what I'm gonna do, I think I'm actually better off just going for Foul Play onto the Walking Wake. I think the one way I actually win this game is actually just by trying to get rid of the Walking Wake and doing some damage. I don't know why he keeps going into Lilligant. Like, what are you gonna do with versus me? Like, if you don't have a fighting move. Either that or he never used his fighting move yet. Does not nearly enough damage. I'm gonna Moonlight here. Let's see if he actually has close combat or like Drain Punch. I don't think he does though. If he did, he already would have went for it. See how much a Solar Blade actually does to me. Wow, that does a lot of damage. I need like max sleep turns to kind of win this too. Because if I don't get like max sleep turns, then I kind of just still lose. Because the Walking Wake just does so much damage, and like he's Overcloak, so like he doesn't take any stat drops. I mean, I'll follow play here again, but I think I still lose. That does too much. If he wakes up right here, I just lose. Yeah, I tried, y'all. I tried to maybe win, but it was just too much odds stacked on an enemy side. Like, I just couldn't get past it all. I need like 100% luck to like everything to go perfectly to even have a chance to make it a 1v1, and even then, I'd probably run out of like Moonlight power points at that point in the game. Sucks. Let's talk a little bit about this team, because there is a lot I do want to talk about with this team. Alright, as for this team, I think this team is actually really solid. There's a few like major things that this team is actually kind of weak to, though. One of the major things that actually this team does not have anything of is Wide Guard. There was a few times that actually, especially in my testing matches, I went against the Calyrex Shadow team. And like it was also a team that actually had Tailwind, so like a lot of your faster Calyrex teams kind of just destroy this team. Even with the Umbreon on this team, like the Umbreon by itself just isn't enough for like the Calyrex team, especially when they're able to overwhelm you with a lot of damage. And the Calyrex I actually ended up going against was also Terra Fairy with Terra Blast Fairy, so I did go against the Umbreon. I never had the Terra because I ended up using it on something else. So I guess if I would have been like Terra Poison, I maybe would have been able to do something, but he was actually Terra Blast Fairy, Terra Fairy, like Calyrex. I ended up getting swept by like a Calyrex Tailwind fast team. So if you guys are using this team, that's one thing to look out for, is like your really fast like spread move teams. Chi-Yu is also another problem for this team. Like you have decent checks to Chi-Yu, like you have AV Iron Hands, which can kind of one-shot in return most times. But like apart from that on this team, especially if you're giving them free stun, there really is not much on this team that really wants to take out on Chi-Yu. I guess Moltres. Like if but they're like forced to spam Dark Pulse into Moltres. But like even like in the Sun and Heat Wave and like a lot of the Chiyus that are currently being ran, they're either Specs or Choice Scarf. They're like Life Orbed. Like you're not going to be really wanting to take even like a resisted like Heat Wave or like a Flamethrower or like Overheat in the Sun, even with Moltres. So like you have two decent answers to Chiyu, but like apart from that, it's also kind of something to look out for this team, especially if you're giving it free Sun. Kind of just run the game. Another mon too that this team really struggles with is like opposing weather. I mean, that's another thing that a lot of the weather teams really always struggle with is like opposing weather. Like you have two things to set up your own weather, which is Sun. But like there was a Kyogre team I went against that I kind of struggled with. I ended up winning, but it was a really close match. But like there's a few other teams. I went against a Groudon team. I think I talked about it earlier in one of the videos or one of the games. I went against a Groudon team that actually had like I think it was Specs Walking Wake or some shit on it. And it ended up just fucking destroying me. Seems really weak to Walking Wake. Especially if they're like special attack booster in the Sun. Or if they're like booster energy special attack and they're really fast. Because otherwise you can set up your own Tailwind, but like they still won't be able to outspeed them most of the time. So this team is really weak to Walking Wake. Especially with like your really offensive versions, because like a 2 KOs everything on this team, even like with Terras most of the time, just on like on the following turn. So that's one thing you gotta be really careful for with this team. Apart from that, overall ain't too bad. There is a few other matchups that I kind of struggle with. Like I said, this team doesn't have wide guard as well, so there's a lot of the games where a lot of your opponents have like spread moves that is kind of hard to go into. I think another major thing that just kind of holds Groudon back overall is like Precipice Blades being such an inaccurate move. There was a lot of matches too where like the matches could have been a lot more in my favor, and like I barely scraped by with either like a win or I ended up losing some games just mainly because I ended up missing like a bunch of crucial Precipice Blades on like some really crucial damage like rounding thresholds or like some chip damage or like getting a KO on something that I really needed to get a KO on to try to win the game or make the game a lot more in my favor. So that's one thing as well. Like I don't know, you can't really prepare for that unless you run like Gravity on a team to get rid of like the accuracy type stuff. But like that's kind of the main reason why Groudon will never be like the top restricted in the format, just because Precipice Blade is so inconsistent like accuracy wise. I don't know. Apart from that though, fun team. If you guys want a fun Groudon team, especially with Umbreon and on the team, by all means play the team rental code up in the corner, paste down below. Umbreon, at least when I did bring it, at least try to do something most of the time. It's a really bulky mon, and like if your opponent doesn't have anything for it, it can just kind of put stuff to sleep over and over and like force switches and kind of whittle the enemy team down, which is really good for. So overall, at least for the Umbreon on the team, like it did its job. I think it had some really bad matchups, and this team does have a few things that it doesn't have on the team or kind of struggles with overall. But apart from that, not too bad. Got a bunch more stuff on the way for you guys. I got a few more teams I'm going to be featuring. I'm really struggling to find some like interesting teams, so uploads might be slowing down at least a little bit for like VGC. I might hop in some more single stuff. I also do stream over here usually on Friday, Saturday nights, and Saturday nights I usually stream like singles 6v6 Wi-Fi battles over here. So if that interests you guys, feel free to drop by when I am live. And I'll subscribe if you are new, really appreciate it. Recently surpassed 1,800 subs, so I thank you guys so much. Can't thank you guys enough. Really means a lot, and the support on the channel has been pretty damn good. At least up until like recently, I don't know, like seems like YouTube's really been like not either promoting my videos or like subscription notifications from when I do upload or I go live haven't been getting sent out, so a lot of people don't even know that I'm uploading for some reason. So if that's happening to you guys, turn the bell on so you guys get all notifications, so you guys know when I do upload and when I do go live. That's kind of been a problem with a lot of my more recent videos. They're kind of not really doing the greatest because YouTube ain't either promoting them as they should be, or like they aren't going and sending out notifications when I upload. So hopefully that changes and hopefully it gets better. But apart from that, I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for watching, everybody. Peace out.